Now, those new Muslims, they're going to think like, okay, Islam is something that takes Shahada but do whatever he wants to do. Correct. Or wrong? Wrong. This is not the truth. The truth is in the Quran and in the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So it's very important for all of us to learn the correct Islam. So when we are faced with the practice of the Muslims, we know that they are their practice. And Islam, the correct Islam, is free from all of that. I'm going to read to you now, inshallah ta'ala, from this book. This book, if you have this book, we're going to start reading from this book, Explanation of Important Lessons for Every Muslim by one of the great scholars of this time, Sheikh bin Baz, rahimahullah. If you have it, bring it, inshallah ta'ala. We're going to read the pillars of Islam. The pillars of Islam. Before I say that, I share with you an information I learned from one of the scholars, Sheikh Salih al-Suhaimi. May Allah preserve him. He said, and this is another point for the new Muslims especially and for all of us, that this Islam, the correct Islam, should be only taken from the book of Allah, the Quran, from the Sunnah of the Prophet, meaning his statements, his action, his approvals, as understood by the companions of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And for us, since there's been at least some 1400 years between the Prophet and between the companions, so we take the knowledge, the correct Islam, from the scholars. But from the true scholars, not anyone who claimed to be a scholar. No. From the true scholars who call to Islam, to correct Islam. They are not politicians. They want to overthrow some government or the like. No. They come from the teachings of a correct Islam. They teach the correct Islam. So that's why this is one of the scholars that you're going to read from his book, the true scholars. Remember his name, Abdul Aziz ibn Baz. If you are a Muslim, a new Muslim, and he wants to, if you find any books and work by this man, read it. If you are non-Muslim seeking the truth, and you find something about this man, read it. You will know for sure, at least you're sure and certain that this is from Islam, but from the correct Islam. Not from some doctrine, from some desires, from some tribe, or some wicked man who come up with his own ideas and ideologies under the umbrella of Islam. Under the umbrella of Islam. They have the umbrella which have a name of Islam on it, and the people, they look at it and say, yeah, they're Muslims. Yes, they may be Muslims, but they are not practicing the correct Islam. No, they are teaching the correct Islam. So one of the scholars of this time, Sheikh Salih al-Suhaimi, may Allah preserve him, he said about the pillar. What is a pillar? He said, the pillar of something is that which that thing will never be upright, will never stand firm without it. You understand? A pillar of a thing is that which that thing itself will never be upright, will never stand straight and firm without it. I give an example. Our brother who's sitting on a chair. How many pillars that chair have? 4 pillars. How important and vital those pillars now into that chair? Huh? Very. We take one off. Huh? Our brother cannot sit the way he's sitting right now. You may sit, but huh? But if you take another one, now you have no chair. So likewise, Islam has pillars that you stand on firmly. Remember, they're very, very important, these pillars. So he says, clarifying the 5 pillars of Islam. The first and greatest of which is to bear witness that La ilaha illallah wa anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. That there is no deity worthy of worship, not there is no God but Allah. No. This is not the correct, there is no God. La. There is no deity worthy of worship except Allah, and that Muhammad, the son of Abdullah, is his servant. Remember, this is very important. Pay attention to the wordings. They wasn't chosen randomly. And to bear witness that Muhammad, the son of Abdullah, not the son of God, and the son of Abdullah, because that name Abdullah means the servant of Allah. So he is Muhammad, the son of a servant of Allah, and he himself is Allah's servant and a messenger. Okay? So Muhammad is not the son of God, nor was he a God. He is a servant of God, son of another servant of God, Allah. So with explanation of their meanings, and the conditions of La ilaha illallah, because this is like commonly known as Shahada. You took Shahada? Oh man, you got took Shahada. Only Muslims, they will like talk to their family members and their colleagues and say, you gotta take Shahada. This is the Shahada. To say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Ashhadu. The Shahada, we're going to come and see what does this word mean later on, inshallah. So we're going to see the meaning of La ilaha illallah and its conditions. La ilaha negates all that is worship other than Allah. There is 2 segments. La ilaha, there is no deity worthy of worship. It negates worship from anything else but other than Allah. And then, illallah, except Allah, affirms that worship must be for Allah alone, who has no partners. Who has no partners. As for the conditions of this statement, that a person become a Muslim by saying it, they are as follows. No, this is in general, and we're going to get to them inshallah later on in details. First one is, there's 8 conditions. First one is knowledge that negates ignorance. This is one of the conditions of this statement. You make that statement, but you have to know these conditions. Its conditions. Knowledge that negates ignorance. Remember I told you before, Islam is about knowledge base. You cannot be a correct, true Muslim, practicing correct Islam while you're still ignorant of Islam. You can't. Because Islam based on knowledge. There's another principle. Before you say anything, before you do anything, you have to learn it from who? Not to copy from one another. You don't just look at the next man to you, he has a long beard than you, or he's been Muslim before you, and you assume that what he's doing is right. The correct Islam does not teach us these things. We do not advise the new Muslims to just come to a mosque, which is a masjid in Arabic, and just start copying everybody in that masjid, assuming they shahada before me, they must know. That may not be true all time. Yes, there may be certain people who are practicing the correct Islam, but only how you know? How you know really? if you have some basics. If you learn and you see people practicing, you can say for yourself, yes, these people, they're practicing correct salat, their prayer is correct, that person's standing is correct, this person's statement is correct. Has nothing to do with the beard, has nothing to do with how long they've been Muslims. Perhaps there's someone who took a shahada a year ago, he may be way better than someone who's been a Muslim for 50 years. And this is a reality, by the way. Number two, the condition number two, certainty, which negate doubt. Certainty which negates doubt. This is another principle and a condition. Ain't no doubts in here. Islam, the religion of Islam, left no doubt. Unlike some other false ideologies and religions and doctrines, people are doubt, man. They don't know what to believe. How many people they were in Christianity and they become Muslim, and we ask them, why you became a Muslim? Did they bribe you? Did they promise you a big job or $1 million? Actually, that's what the Christians do themselves. They go to Muslim countries, poor countries, and feed the people, the poor people, to convert to Christianity. So much so that a brother told me in Africa that the Christian missionaries, they went to a village and they have 2 pieces of candies. 2 pieces of candies. One of it is very sweet. The other one is bitter. You can't even put it in your tongue. The sweet one, they call it Jesus. The bitter one, they call it Muhammad. And they have cameras, broadcast, and they ask them, what do you want? Jesus or Muhammad? We want Jesus. See? These are tricks. Islam is not going to spread by tricks. And we don't need no tricks. If you accept Islam, it's good for you. You don't accept it, it's not for you. Islam is no need for falsehood. Because Islam is the truth. Islam is not based on falsehood. Islam is no need for falsehood. No need for tricks. No need for lies. No need for some fabricated stories to bring some icing to Islam. Islam is real. You accept it, you benefit your own self. You deny it, well then you face the retributions later on. Unlike some people, they say, okay, in Germany they find trees that came together and have the name of Allah. Islam is no need for that stuff. Or Armstrong or whatever, someone who was in the moon, and they said that he heard some voice, and then when he came to Egypt, to Cairo, he heard that same voice, and he said, what is this? They said, this is the adhan. He said, I heard it from the moon, and he took shahada. We don't need Armstrong. Islam is in no need for these things. We don't need to lie or to follow tricky ways. Islam is the truth. It's just it's upon us Muslims to convey it as the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ conveyed it. Islam is not the problem. We are the problem. We the Muslims. Those amongst us actually who do not practice the correct Islam. And so therefore, we preach the people something else. Islam is in no need for that. You want to know about Islam? Study the correct Islam. You want to take Shahada? It's good for you. It's good for you. You don't? It's up to you. We're not going to come from some tricks and tell you this, I'm a bribe. That ain't going to happen. We know the value of Islam. We're not going to go any lower. Number 3, sincerity, which negates shirk. Sincerity. The Muslim should be sincere. Muslims should have knowledge. The Muslims should be knowledgeable. And the Muslim should be certain of what he says, about what he believes, what his actions. A Muslim don't just go to one masjid one day and practice whatever they practice, and then next mosque they go, like some people, they go to a church, whatever, they clap in, he claps with them. Next Sunday go to another church, they whistling, he's whistling. They sit in, he's sitting, they chanting, he's chanting. Yes, you find Muslims like this, who does not have knowledge of the correct Islam. Why, if they go to a mosque and they practicing their own version of Islam, which has nothing to do with the correct Islam, then he's like that. No, a Muslim have knowledge of the correct. The true Muslim has knowledge of the correct Islam, and he's certain. He's certain, has certainty, and he's sincere. He has sincerity. Fourth condition, truth, which negates deny. He's truthful. He knows truth. He's not mixed. He's not in the midst of many things. A true Muslim will have knowledge. He has the truth with him. So therefore he will be guided. He will never find himself, a correct true Muslim will never find himself in crossroad, right? On a crossroad that he don't know to go right, east, south. No, that's not a correct. The true Muslim, when he is there, he knows. He has knowledge and he's certain. Because the truth is with him. And he takes the path that he should take. Doesn't matter how many people going south. If he has to go east, that's where he goes, even if he's the only one going east. Number 5, love, which negates hate. Love. Love, ya ikhwan. It's a very important condition. Number 6, submission, which negates abandoning. The Muslim, the true Muslim, who has knowledge, correct knowledge of Islam, with certainty, the truth is with him. He's sincere. He submits to the commands of his Creator. Because he knows he have knowledge. He have knowledge with certainty. Enable him to carry on the commands. He don't go against the command. Because he knows the importance of carrying on the commands. He knows the results. If he's obedient, he's going to be rewarded. If he's disobedient, he subjects himself to the punishment. And it's amazing. We all understand these principles when it comes to this life. If you get a job, a nice paid job, nice benefits, and then the boss who didn't give you, the manager who didn't give you your heart, who didn't give you your eyes, who didn't give you one drop of blood that runs in your veins, if he tell you gotta come here at 5 o'clock in the morning, what do? Do you come at 11 in the morning? Would you? No, you don't. You don't debate. You don't argue. When the manager posts the schedule for the month or the 3 months, you don't go and take it down and put another one that fits your schedule. No, you don't. If you want what they're offering you, what do you have to do? Take and apply their commands. If you want what they're offering you, if you need what they're offering you actually, right? If you need what they propose and what they offer you, you would not go against one command. Right or wrong? Because you know that what they're going to give you, the money they're going to give you, is going to help you out. It's going to keep you running. Going to pay some bills. So you never woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning. Now you're going to wake up at 5 in the morning. You never have an alarm clock in your house. Now you're going to buy 3 of them. 3 of them, not just one. Why 3? You want to make sure. Certainty. See? Why? Now why you want alarm clock? Knowledge. You have some knowledge now about the job and how serious and how important it is. Now you want to buy 3 alarm clocks because you want to be sure and certain that you're not going to miss Work, right? And once in work, you be playing games? You be a player? No, you be sincere. Why sincere? Just in case you want to impress the manager. You come always on time. You know what you're doing. You're learning the job. You're not messing up the job every day. No, you want to learn the job. You want to learn everything about the job. Do it to perfection. And when the manager asks you, say, you know how to do this? You don't say, I don't know. No. It's not good for you. Forget about raise. Forget about being supervisor. If you say, hold on, Chris, you come here. Abdul, go back. Finish the bathrooms. No. You want to be what? Certainty. You want to be certain. If the manager say, hey, you know this? Yeah, I did it before, man. See what I done? You seen it done yesterday? That was me. Do it again. See, certainty. And submission, you submit to the commands because they give you what you want. They're giving you that which if you don't have it, your life is going to be in trouble. What about the one who gave you the air you breathe? Can you do without that? The one who creates for you the water you drink. Can you do without that? The one who creates the food for you that you eat. Can you do without that? The one who create you actually, give you life. Can you do without that? Can you do without your fingers? Can you do without your tongue? Can you do without your liver? Can you do without your brain? Can you do without your heart? Can you do without your blood? Your skin? Can you imagine? You have no skin? Huh? No skin. Tomorrow you lose your skin. Can you imagine? You have no bones. But still it's easy to go against the commands of the one who gave you all this. Well, that's Islam. Islam teaching us to submit ourselves to the commands of the one who created us. Because since it is easy for us to submit to the command of the one who signed our paychecks. He didn't give us no life, no heart. Actually, if you lose a finger, he said, man, you don't have a job with us. Go apply for what? Disability. You got no job. You got skin disease. But in Islam, subhanAllah, look at the mercy of Islam and the mercy of God, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Look at the mercy. You got a skin disease? No problem. You're still Muslim. You may be more beloved to Allah with the skin disease than the one who has his skin is fine. This is correct Islam. Number 7 from the conditions of La ilaha illallah is acceptance, which negates rejection. Command comes to you from your Lord who created you, you apply it. You don't reject it. Because if you reject it now, you should know the outcome of that rejection. Please just, we human beings, I may reject an empty can of Diet Coke, right? Would you blame me for that? Would you blame me? Somebody come to me and say, hey, mister, here is a smashed, nasty looking, stinky smelling, empty can of Diet soda, anyone, that cola or whatever. Would you blame me for that? Even if you say, why you reject that? I said, I have no need for it. I have no need for it. But would I reject the air I breathe? Would I? Would I reject the water I drink? If you see me say, I don't want no water. For the rest of my life, I ain't drinking any water, any foods. What do you say to me? You're out of your mind. It's the same thing. This is what Islam teaches. Forget about what Bin Laden teaches. What Gaddafi was on, or what Saddam Hussein was upon, or what the Rawafid, the Rafida, the Shiites, Many people think the correct Islam is with them. What Khomeini used to teach, this is not correct Islam. The correct Islam teach all of us to be thankful and grateful to the Creator who gave us all this. Can't you be just?
This audio file has been recorded and distributed by SalafiTapes.com.
Can't you be yourself and just say thank you God, but to the right God, to the true one, the one who created you, fashioned you. Every move you make, He knows of it. Every thought comes to your mind, He knows of it. Every smile, every good moment, and even when He tests you with things, is for your own good benefit. This is what we're teaching here. This is the correct God, the correct Islam, and this is the true deity we're talking about. So we accept His commands as Muslims, because He bestowed upon us all these favors that no other man can bestow upon us. Have you ever seen a person who, when he lost his life, come back? Can you? You hear this? Do you know of anyone who came back after life? Who is Tupac Shakur? Who is Tupac, man? He has all the money. Did he come back? No, he never gonna come back. You may lose your job and find another one. You may lose a house and build, or at least rent another one. You may lose your car, and if you cannot get a car, you can get around by public transportation. But if you lose your life, how are you going to get back to this life? You know an answer? Who knows an answer? Even the internet now. Those who are listening to on the Park Talk, you have an answer, send it to us. Even though we know this is a reality. This is a fact. When a person is diagnosed with heart disease, and the doctors get together, first of all, the doctors, not anybody, they get together and they use all the machinery, all the technology, all the sophisticated gadget and the light, and the Microsoft and the internet, and sometimes the doctors in this state, they have nothing to do with it. They gotta seek help with some other doctors in another state. Sometimes the Americans, they wanna see what the Europeans said, the Japanese said about it, and they gather together, and if that only to try to find out what's wrong with the heart. Not even talking about making a heart. Just to find out, they puzzle. Just to find out what's wrong with the heart. And then it takes them much efforts and technology and time to try to find the cure for that disease. And if the Creator of that heart caused it to stop, if you were to bring the doctors from the entire world, the elites amongst them, they will never be able to bring one pulse out of that dead heart. That's what Islam teaches us. To accept the commands, to apply the teachings of Islam, because these are thanks and gratitude to the Creator. And number 8, to disbelieve in all that is worshipped other than Allah. To disbelieve. You have no connection, no relation whatsoever with something else that is being worshipped beside the one who created you and fashioned you. Because those are false claims. Once again, someone who gave you a nice car, someone who give you, he's helping you. You need grocery, he bring it to you. You need anything, he's the same person. And all of a sudden some other people are claiming that they did this along with that person. but you know that he's the only one doing it. Would you thank them? No. By nature, he will say, I got nothing to do with this, with that falsehood. This is wrong. How would you claim something that is not true? Let's apply that. Apply it in here. This is what the correct Islam teaches. Teaches that we thank the Creator. We praise Him alone. Since He alone created us. Since He alone fashioned us. Since He alone provides for us the air we breathe, the water we drink, the food we eat, this earth we live on, we walk on, we extract from it all these benefits. SubhanAllah. And clarifying the testimony of Muhammad, he is the messenger of Allah, which include first to believe what he informs, to obey what he commands, and not to leave what he forbids. Or actually, and to live and to leave off and to stay away completely from what he forbids. And we must worship Allah only in a way that He, the Almighty, and His Messenger ﷺ legislated. This is a true Muslim. Unlike a Muslim who looks like a Muslim but he follows his desires. He lets his anger. You know how many non-Muslims are turned away, turned off from Islam because they see a Muslim beating on his wife, a Muslim mistreating his wife, or a Muslim woman mistreating her husband, or the Muslim how they deal with one another, or how they deal with the non-Muslims. Muslims stealing, Muslims raping, Muslims cheating, Muslim bombing. But that's their actions. The correct Islam is free from all that nonsense and that foolishness. The correct Islam has nothing to do with the wicked actions of some wicked Muslims. It doesn't matter how Muslim they may look. But in the end of the day, it comes to checking their actions to the correct Islam, not Islam to their actions. Islam is free from them. This is a true Muslim. A true Muslim is the one who applies the correct Islam in a time of ease and a time of hardship. When he's sad and when he's happy. When he's angry and when he's not. When he's wealthy and when he's broke. With Muslims and with non-Muslims. In the mosque, in the market. In school, at work. With the elders, with the youth. With the white, with the non-white. With the Arabs, with non-Arabs. This is the correct Muslim is the way who, before he say a word, before he make one step, he has to have some knowledge from the origin of Islam, the Quran and the Sunnah. And we'll leave you with this for today. If you have any questions, we can, if I know the answer, I will be glad to relay it to you. But if I don't, I just let you know that I don't know, and I ask the people of knowledge, as we were commanded in the Quran, to ask people of knowledge if we do not know. So we'll leave it with this, inshallah, and in the next class we're gonna continue to elaborate on this, you know, in Islam, the definition of Islam, on the prayers, on the zakat, on fasting in the month of Ramadan, on the Hajj and the pilgrimage to Mecca and the like of this, and with other subjects. So be patient with us because this is going to take some time, but as long as we're learning, we'll be okay. We're okay, inshallah. Do you have any questions? No. Yes, if someone is happy, you make it up. Because the time of the salat is a condition from the conditions of the prayer. From the conditions of the prayer is the whole al-waqt. The time of the prayer has to be in. You cannot pray before the time, nor pray after the time expired. The only way that you can pray before the time is when you combine. For example, you have a valid reason combining the Dhuhr with Asr or Maghrib with Isha, and therefore you may pray Asr at the time of Dhuhr, or you may delay Dhuhr until the time of Asr. Or maybe if you're sick, very sick, the people of nowadays said for someone who's very sick and cannot pray and wait until the next one, he may combine. Other than that, no. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, إِنَّ الصَّلَاةَ كَانَتْ عَلَى الْمُؤْمِنِينَ كِتَابًا مَوْقُوتًا. The prayer was prescribed upon the believers at a very fixed time. Alright? Yes. The brother said there is a brother whose wife's sister took Shahada. Who's the wali? Who's going to be represent that woman in Islam? First of all, you got to see. I don't know if the first thing, if that woman have an immediate family member, a father Muslim, uncle Muslim, grandfather Muslim. It's like these are the wali. If she has nobody in her family that is a Muslim, then the sultan, the ruler in that area, become her Muslim. If he's a Muslim, he become her wakil. And wali, the Prophet ﷺ said, as for those who have no Muslim relatives, then the sultan, the ruler, is the wali. We asked the people of knowledge not long ago, Sheikh Muhammad bin Hadi, I believe, Hafidahullah, may Allah preserve him, he said, but in the case when there is no Muslim ruler, he said, therefore, the people in charge of the Islamic centers, the masjid, and the like, who run affairs of the Muslim in that area, they are the ones that take in charge of that woman. But they have to be upon the sunnah as well. We continue after the adhan, inshallah. Of the Islamic centers, the masjid, and the like, who run the affairs of the Muslim in that area, they're the ones that take in charge of that woman. But they have to be upon the sunnah as well. We continue after the adhan. If the sisters back there, they have any questions, you can just, if there is a young girl over there, you send it with her, or you can just come to the white door and knock on the door and slip them under the door. One of the brothers will pick them up. Okay? Yeah, that's the answer. And they have to turn the affairs to the people in charge in that area, and they took in charge. And they will see if they have that already in place. So they will represent her affairs. If they think that it's better for her sister's husband to take her affair, that's up to them, inshallah. That's why they have to be upon the Sunnah, the people of the Sunnah. Because the people of the Sunnah, they always relate to the ulama, especially if there is no scholars amongst them, no real students of knowledge who is recommended by the ulama, the scholars, to give answers and to make decisions. You find those people who know themselves, alhamdulillah, you find them, they're like, okay, hold on. It's only one phone call. Shaykh alhamdulillah, assalamu alaikum, sister took shahada. Is it okay for her brother-in-law to be her wakil? If they say yes, say yes. They said no, said no. But it's incumbent upon us to really give the details to the ulama, which they help them to view the picture of the situation. If he's a drug addict, an alcoholic, an alcoholic, you gotta tell them. He's an alcoholic. He's a Muslim, but he's an alcoholic. He's this, he's that. He has a temper. He's not this, stuff like that. Inshallah. Yes. Huh? Yeah, a lot of people here are disowned. It's irrelevant. It ain't going to benefit you in nothing anyway. So don't it's not that the only thing we should remember from this class. This is something that was mentioned, الشيء بشيء يذكر. We're talking about a point and that came up. Whether it be true or not true, it doesn't make no difference to us. Islam is in no need for those stories. Islam based on principles. Whoever studies principles, they know this is the truth. Right or wrong? Many of you brothers, how did you come to this Islam? Somebody bribe you? You know we broke, man. A lot of mosques on the Sunnah, they broke. The only thing that keeps us coming here is the principles. We don't promise people jobs or cars or positions. No, we don't. No, we connect you to the one who gives you the jobs and the positions. It's up to him. Bismillah. We're not going to have one car in here and then we bribe someone, we give to him to drive for 3 days, and then when somebody else takes a shahada, we take the key from that one and give it to the other one. We're not going to get to that through headaches. Now we teach you how you clean yourself. Islam teaches you how you purify yourself. Because the means to get good things is out there. But we're going to take that blurry vision away from your face so you can see right. That's what Islam will help you with. See if there's questions up there, behind the door. Sisters are knocking. Oh, okay, mashallah. I really want to say, yes, fine. Yeah, anyone here is non-Muslim? Non-Muslim? Or in the sister's side, if there is a sister who is not Muslim and she was listening and she's convinced or she needs a little bit more clarification, mashallah, no problem. But if she wants to be a Muslim, we advise you to be a Muslim. It's good for you. Based on what we say in here, not based on the movie Without My Daughter, or what's going on in some wicked household that maybe you just happen that you share the same zip code or the same street or they are your neighbors. Not based on that, based on what you learn, what you hear. these principles. Okay? So if you hear, you like what you hear, you gotta make that move. Yeah, I was gonna say I love you for the sake of Allah. Okay, thank you. What are you saying? You want to say something? Huh? Brother said, if a Muslim, a sister become Muslim, she has nobody in her family are Muslims. Do her brothers, she has brothers who are non-Muslims, are they mahram for her? Is it permissible if she want to travel with them or with one of them? Maybe a couple of months ago, we asked one of the mashayikh a question, but not related to the brothers, related to the stepfather. Who is that? Call him. Because I'm not sure right now about what was the answer as it related to him. He left? Yeah. I get back with you on that question. I'm going to write it right here. Alhamdulillah, su'al. Inshallah, we ask people of knowledge, okay? Because this is going to benefit a lot of people. Jazakallah khair. So the question was, no. Of course, that's true, but I want like a general. I think he's looking for the ruling. Is it permissible or not permissible, right? So if you want to say yes, permissible or permissible, you got to say what is permissible in the deen of Islam. Remember what we were talking about, knowledge, certainty. So to talk about it, that's another thing. We can talk. We can discuss this, but who amongst us really going to come up with a ruling? If it's permissible or not? Only those who have knowledge that this is permissible. Because remember, another principle in Islam, that which is considered permissible is that which is permissible in Islam, that which is permissible in Quran and in the Sunnah. Not that which we think is permissible. Therefore you see the mistakes of a lot of Muslims. They get together and they want to do something, and then one of them say, well, hold on, you think it's right for us to do it? Instead for the other ones to say, man, subhanAllah, may Allah reward you. Yeah, how can we do something like this? We have no knowledge. Now you find them say, come on, yeah, it's right. What do you think? What do you think? Islam is not what you think. We should not say what you think. We should say, what do you know? Do you have any knowledge from Islam, from correct Islam? So that's what I think he's looking. He's looking for the ruling. I do not speak unless if I have a statement of the people of knowledge. That's why I'm not saying nothing until I call one of them, and then I get back with all of you, inshallah ta'ala, so we can share with the benefit. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.
This audio file has been recorded and distributed by salafitapes.com. For more information, please contact us at info@salafitapes.com or visit us on our website www.salafitapes.com.